Made Easy class, and I want to talk to you a little bit about charity. I've been involved with many charities for a long time, and I want to tell you a story about how I got involved in charity, and it happened with a neighbor that lived in my neighborhood who gave me a bank when I was very young. And so I just to remind you, there's 5 steps that we're going to do. Number 1 is to make money. Number 2 is we're going to separate our money. Number 3 is to give to charity and church. Church and charity. Number 4 is to save and invest. And number 5 is to spend the rest. Now, the way that I got involved in charity, it started at a very young age. And we had a lady that lived in my neighborhood who was the elementary school librarian. She didn't have much money. Her husband had passed away tragically, and she had very bad health. But she did something very interesting. She gave all of us kids in the neighborhood, there was probably 6 or 7 of us that she did this with. She gave us a bank, and in that bank was $2. Not very much money, just $2. But again, this was 40 some years ago, 44 years ago. And inside there, though, there was a note about here's some money to help you with your college, to save up for college. And here's 22 cents to give away to charity, to the church or charity of your choice. Now, it was 22 cents. Not very much money, just a small amount of money. And in the Bible, they talk about the widow's mite. And the widow's mite was just a really tiny little amount of money that was given. And this was the same for her. She didn't have very much money, but she gave all of us kids that small 22 cents and to give it away. And since that time, I've been involved in many different charities, and it really started with her. My mom and dad taught us about charity and church and giving money away, but it was an outside source. It was an outside source that actually did something about it. Not only told us about it, but she gave us something physical, a bank, and $2 for university and 22 cents to give away. Now, over the years, remember, you're going to be investing for a very long period of time, and you're going to have millions and millions of dollars go through your fingertips. You're going to have businesses that are going to do millions and millions of dollars. Over my lifetime, the businesses that I've been involved with, we've done hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars worth of business. And it's the same 5 steps for any business that you do. And the key is that all we do is add zeros to it. So that small little amount that she gave us, that 22 cents, the key is that we had to do something with it. We had to give it away, and the feeling we felt. And by using the strategies that I've learned over the years, we were able to take those little amounts of money, that $2, and we've added zeros to it, and added more zeros and more zeros and more zeros as we've done businesses for many years, and added zeros to it. The same is true with our charity work. And so don't underestimate how much you can make a difference in a person's life if you will start by giving a little bit of money away and making it a habit. It's one of the truly best ways to be able to have a lot of fulfillment in your life. And we've added many zeros since then. But I want to talk to you about some of the charities that I really like. As I've traveled all over the world, I've been around the world twice. There's really 2 or 3 different kinds of charities that you can kind of group them in. One is churches. And I think all of you, I'm a big believer in tithing, being able to give money to a church, because they do an awful lot to help change and improve people's lives. Okay, and so one of those is to churches. One of the other ones is organizations that really help other people get more out of where they're at. One of those I'm going to use as a charity is microcredit. Now, microcredit is designed so that you can. It was actually by Muhammad Yunus that started this, and if you do some research, go to Google, go to Yahoo, YouTube, for example, and do some research, you can see how Grameen Banking started. And he was a university professor in Bangladesh, and some of his students and his aide were asking, well, why is there so much poverty here? And so he did a research project trying to figure out why there was poverty. And he would talk to a woman that was selling, milk on the street, and she'd make a little amount of money for that. And he says, well, what would you need in order to be able to take that, instead of doing milk, turn that into cheese? And she says, well, I need a thermometer so that I can measure the temperatures and do that correctly. And he says, well, if I loan you a little bit of money to get a thermometer, can you, instead of just selling milk, can you sell cheese, which will get a much higher rate of return on? She said yes. And so we loaned her the money right there on the spot. And then he created a system where he put the women into groups of 5. No men. We don't loan to any men, just women. As I've traveled around the world, I've learned that for the most part, men, they smoke a lot, they drink a lot, they gamble a lot, and they don't really take care of their family like they should. Women, and I'm talking as a general broad, especially around developing countries, women are a better fit to take care of the kids, and many of them need to have a business as well. And so we only loan to women, no men. And we put them in a group of 5, and we loan money to the first woman, and they work together as a peer group to be able to start a small business. And there's just thousands and thousands of small businesses that I've been exposed to. And when this person gets the money back and loans it back, then we loan it to the next woman. It's not uncommon for a loan officer to go to a village. He will collect money in the morning, and then he'll take all that money and take it to the next village and loan it back out in the afternoon. And the goal is to help them start a business. There's stories of a gal who bought a cow, and as she used the milk money and stuff like that to pay for the cow, now once she's paid that loan back, now she has an asset. She has an income-producing asset. And in this example, it was a cow. And so the goal with companies like Kiva, K-I-V-A, and any of them that do microcredit is to give someone a small loan to help them get started in a business. And as they pay it back, it goes to the next organization. Another company I like a lot, and you can follow a lot of these organizations that I've worked with if you just go to my Facebook page. It's facebook.com /Tom.Painter.7798. So let me draw that out for you here. It's www.facebook.com /Tom.Painter.7798. And you can see some of the videos and some of the organizations that I've worked with for many years. But there's another one that I really like that is called Charity Vision, charityvision.org. And this is an organization that's goal is to give people that are blind their sight back. And in many developing countries, cataracts are more prevalent in younger people than they might be in some of the more developed countries. And they assist in about 80,000 surgeries a year in cataract surgeries. And this organization is a great organization. They get used equipment, and they refurbish those equipment, and they use that to trade for services. And so in many of these countries, they will assist in either having their own clinic where we do our own cataract surgeries, or we'll assist a doctor. And the way it works is everybody's donating their time and energy. And what's really cool about this organization is that because everybody's donating and everybody's working together, we can do a cataract surgery because there are some costs, equipment costs, and supply costs and stuff like that for about $25, to do a cataract surgery. We can do a set of glasses for low-income kids in America for about $10 a piece. And so that's another great one that I highly recommend you look at, which is Charity Vision. And like I said, we've worked with the Boy Scouts of America. The Scouts are a great organization. That organization had a huge influence on my life when I was younger. And so we do a lot of work with the Scouts. Walesa Bubu is an organization that helps with schools in Mali, Africa. That's a great one. Charity Water is a great one where they're helping get water to people. That's a huge problem in many places around the world. As I've been traveling around the world, sanitation is really kind of an issue. You know, it's very different in some of these places. In China, for example, I saw where there were 16 small apartments that were sharing one communal bathroom, which wasn't very good. And in India, it was like that as well. If you have an indoor toilet that flushes, then you live better than a huge amount of people around the world. My goal for you, though, is when you talk about charities, find the charities that make a difference, and find something that you can get passionate about. You're going to make a lot of money over your lifetime. Just figure out how to take 3%, 5%, 10% of that and give it away. Just automatically give it away. And it's a spiritual law that if you do that, some of that money will come back to you. Support the churches of your choice. Support the organizations of your choice. And you also hang out with the people that are in those organizations. If you want to hang out with better people, hang out with the guys that are making a dent, that are actually helping other people. Because those are the people you want to hang out with. They say your net worth is the average of your 10 best friends. Well, go hang out with people that are successful, and go hang out with people that are very giving. And that's how you're going to get fulfillment in your life. Kind of the motto that we try to live with is one is make a difference. Find an organization that you can make a difference with. Two, make it happen. You know, a lot of people talk about stuff, but go make it happen. And then three, every life is precious. Bill Gates, I follow Bill Gates and Warren Buffett. Those are two models that I just really love. And Gates had a very successful business, and he's basically turned the reins over to other people to run, and then he's taken all that money and he's basically given it away. Warren Buffett's the same way. And so I would really follow these people. Go to YouTube, search them, go to Facebook, follow them, follow people that make a big difference out there. And I guess it was Bill Gates that said that basically that every life has equal value. Every life is precious. So go make a dent. All right, this is Tom. Thanks for being in our class.